The Cleveland Cavaliers stepped onto their home floor with one mission in mind: to assert dominance early in this postseason matchup and secure a commanding 2-0 lead over the Miami Heat. Hosting the 10 seed, a Miami squad that defied odds to crash the Eastern Conference playoff party, Cleveland understood the stakes and delivered with a kind of authority that echoes through postseason history. Donovan Mitchell, the heartbeat of the Cavaliers' offense, wasted no time asserting himself. The Cavs, up by 3, found their rhythm when DeAndre Hunter knocked down a momentum-swinging three-pointer, doubling the lead and igniting a surge that would define the second quarter. On the very next Heat possession, Bam Adebayo committed a costly turnover, and in transition, Sam Merrill pulled up confidently from beyond the arc. One-on-one on the break, no hesitation. Money. That bucket pushed the lead to 9, and the momentum never shifted back. Merrill wasn't finished. Moments later, Mitchell orchestrated a beautiful swing pass that landed in Merrill's hands, and he buried another triple. A quick 9-0 run had the Cavaliers up by a dozen, the crowd erupting with each bucket. This team lives by the three, and on this night, they made it clear they can thrive with it. Mitchell's performance in the second quarter wasn't just impressive, it was historic. Cleveland poured in 11 threes in that frame alone, setting a new NBA playoff record for most in a single quarter. The Cavaliers entered the locker room not just with a lead, but with a stranglehold on the game's energy and pace. But if there's one thing the basketball world has learned over the years, it's this: never count out the Heat. True to the mantra of Heat culture, Miami clawed its way back. Davion Mitchell, hero of the overtime thriller against Atlanta that booked their postseason ticket, hit a crucial 3 to pull them within 4. Tyler Herro, who turned in a game-high 33-point performance, narrowed the gap to 2. Every shot he took in the closing minutes felt monumental, each one a statement that Miami would not fold easily. But Donovan Mitchell answered, again and again. With the game hanging in the balance and just over 2 minutes remaining, Mitchell sized up the defense, pulled from deep, and buried it. That was the dagger. He finished with 30 points, including 17 in the fourth quarter, a testament to his uncanny ability to elevate when the pressure peaks. Since 2019, no player has recorded more 15-point fourth quarters in playoff games than Mitchell. This was the 7th. Clutch isn't just a trait, it's his identity. In doing so, Mitchell became just the second Cavalier in history, alongside LeBron James in 2008, to record back-to-back 30-point performances in the first 2 playoff games of the series. And the Cavaliers? They've now scored 120 or more in both games to open this series, something the franchise had never accomplished before. A powerful statement from a team ready to rewrite its postseason narrative. Meanwhile, in Boston, the Celtics were forced to navigate unfamiliar territory, a playoff game without the services of their franchise cornerstone, Jason Tatum, sidelined with wrist issue. But in his absence, Jaylen Brown rose with the resolve of a veteran leader. Going up against a surging Orlando squad, Brown initiated the second half with a smooth step-back 3 over Wendell Carter, setting the tone as the Celtics built a double-digit lead. Brown wasn't just scoring, he was everywhere, stripping the ball, finishing in transition, leading with fire and focus. The Celtics outscored the Magic by 14 in a pivotal third quarter, much of it driven by Brown's presence. Orlando fought back as Paolo Banchero continued to impress with a 32-point, 9-rebound, 7-assist performance that belied his age and playoff inexperience. And in a physical battle, Kristaps Porzingis took a brutal elbow from Goga Bitadze, resulting in a flagrant foul and a bloodied face. But this is playoff basketball. Porzingis wiped the blood, put the butterfly bandage on, and got back on the court, battle-tested and undeterred. The Celtics, leaning on their depth, found a clutch triple from Derek White, who, as always, delivered when it mattered most. He added 17, but the spotlight belonged to Brown. With Tatum out, Brown went for 36 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists, a performance that screamed superstar caliber. Efficient, composed, and surgical, he not only scored but elevated those around him. In a gritty game filled with elbows, physicality, and postseason tension, Brown's leadership and execution carried Boston to a 2-0 series lead. And in the West, the Houston Rockets bounced back in a major way. After a lackluster Game 1, Jalen Green exploded in Game 2 with 38 points, including a blistering shooting performance from deep. With Golden State looming and Jimmy Butler's health uncertain, Houston needed every bit of Green's resurgence. Historically poor from three this season, the Rockets found life through their young star. Green became the third youngest Rocket ever to notch a 30-point postseason game, joining the likes of Hakeem Olajuwon and Moses Malone. That's elite company, and Game 2 might just be his launching pad. From coast to coast, the NBA postseason is reminding us why this is the most dramatic, competitive stretch of the year. Legacies are built in these moments. Superstars emerge. And history? It's being written one clutch shot at a time.